Hello, morning, everyone. Morning, morning. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's having a good day. Welcome, one and all. We're about to do a review. We are about to do a review. I went to Picnic for the first time yesterday, and I wanted to come on here and give you guys a little, rundown, of my time. Yeah, so checking this out. Share the live. We're going live. We're ready. We ready. I seen all you. Yes, I seen all you. I seen all you. All right. So this is gonna be this is gonna be short. Um, this is gonna be a short one because yeah, it's gonna be short. So I wanted to jump on here to give you guys a little review of my of Picnic. I went to Picnic yesterday, last night, and I wanted to come on here and kind of share with you guys a little bit about the event and my opinion. Bear in mind, guys, this is my opinion on the event. This is my experience. This is me sharing my experience. Okay. Um, a lot of times people meet me and they tell me, "Oh, Jael, if you're reviewing that, make sure you add this and make sure you add that." If it's not my experience, I cannot say that I experienced that. Right? You're gonna have to come probably underneath the chat and say this is your experience and X, Y, and Z. And people have to respect that this is your experience because at the end of the day, everybody perspective is going to be different. Right? It's not going to be the same. So I wanted to be able to come on here and share with you guys my experience. And so first of all, I was actually not thinking about attending the event originally. Um, if those of you who've attended picnic picnic in the past, you know that I believe it happened last year right around Carnival, Dominica's Carnival. And I probably would not have gone to it because it clashed with other events that was happening around that time that I usually attend. But this year it came on a time when or came up during a time when I had no plans. There was nothing else happening. I felt it was a really good time to do something. So I was thinking about it, but not really like it wasn't hard. It was not a hard, okay, I definitely want to do this or whatnot. So Clary, who is my trainer, that's Curvy, she reached out and she's like, JL, I would like to take you to picnic with me. Let me know if you want to come. And I was like, yeah, I was actually thinking about it. Yeah, so I will let my sister know, and we'll make the turn, we'll make the turn and stuff. So big up to Clary one time for the date for considering me. She posted also something on her timeline about why she decided to take me out and stuff. So big up to her one time and thank you again for the opportunity or for thinking of me, right? So when I checked online, like y'all know, I cannot do these long events. I cannot do this long tilele. I need to be able to be in and out with 4 hours, and it's a wrap. So initially, I believe when I asked what time it was ending, the the feedback I got is that it would have been done by 11, no later than 11, right? So I decided, okay, based on that, I ain't going anywhere if it's not 4 hours to the end. So let's try and be there 6, 7 o'clock. 6, 7 o'clock. Granted, I feel like the the picnic in the pink should is something that would happen probably most likely during the daytime. Because I noticed, like, from the photos, a lot of people were posing for the photos, the games that they had and stuff. It probably makes or would make more sense if you're doing it during the daytime. However, if your event is going up until 11 o'clock, you're not catching me there for 5, 6, 7 hours. That ain't gonna happen, especially knowing that the highlights or the main acts are going to perform towards the end. I ain't gonna be there until 7 o'clock, 6:30, 6 o'clock for the earliest. I ain't coming there at 3 o'clock. I ain't coming there at 4 o'clock. You won't catch me there at 5 o'clock, right? So I feel like that part of it, when you think of the theme behind the event, I would have missed out on because of the time. And obviously, I mean, the event holders, that is a pool for them, making sure people would come early and whatnot. So I completely understand that part of it. But for me, as somebody who attends events, unless the event is going to be 4 hours, like when I tell you 4 hours, if the event is 4 hours, we good. So if I know your event ending at, say, for 8 o'clock, my ass is there at 4 o'clock. You understand? So I get to experience that part of it. But obviously, sometimes people feel like they want more, and I don't feel like I need more than 4 hours. I feel like less is more for me. You create an impact. You let me like you let me enjoy my 4 hours, and I good, right? So we got there around, it must have been about 6:30. It, actually, yeah, we got there around 6:30 minutes to 7. When we got there, it was already dark. When we walked in, we got in. So first of all, the event was happening at the stadium, and I thought it was going to be the stadium forecourt, but it turns out it was on the main, on, like, in the stadium itself, which is kind of cool because the grass on the stadium is giving picnic vibes, and I believe that that's where they've had it in the past. So it was kind of cool. So we walk through the main door, and then they told us, they motioned to us, the security motioned to us where we need to pass. There was no holdups at the front, no long lines, nothing. It was just in and right through. So I walked through. You had to go to the side, to your right side of the stadium, and go around so you could get to where the VIP section was. We walked in there. As soon as we came up, the ladies at the front, they were in like a bedazzled, like not a bedazzle, not a metallic pink um, branded outfit that said "PINKNIC" on it. And they gave us our bag. Let me go get the bag for you. So I want to show you what was in the bag. I coming back. I going for the bag. I should have had that already. Already, I'm coming back. So this was the this was the bag that you got if you were in VIP. You got this bag, and in there they gave you a blanket. That's a branded blanket that said "PINKNIC." You also got uh, branded Susie's hot sauce. So you got the hot sauce. You got the lip balm. I don't know what the hell is this. Am I country bookie? What is this? I must be country bookie. You got this. Somebody tell me what this is because I country bookie. I don't know. You got this. That looks like there's something in there. And starburst, a pink starburst. and there was a glass. So they were giving two types of glasses. There was the glass with it looked like a champagne glass in white, and there was a short clear glasses. I preferred the short clear glasses because I don't like those stems, because to hold that, sometimes to rest on the table, you fall, somebody hit it. I like my glasses solid. Um, so I got the solid, the round glass. It's a decent size glass, which was branded as well. If you checked out the picture that I had when I posted about the review, that's a glass I had in my hand. So we come in and we get that, and they were really nice, very sweet. As soon as you walk in, there's like a big red carpet. So there was a red carpet that extended up the stairs onto the field, and the entrance at the entrance. The decor, so coming up into the on the red carpet, one of the things that I noted was, I don't know, one of the steps was a bit uneven, so I almost lost my face. But I think it was just me being me. I missed, well, you see, I missed an item. I guess I wasn't supposed to get that item because I'm showing what I got. That's what I got in my bag. That's what I got in my bag. All right. So, anyways, um, I I we climbed up, and we were on the entrance. There was a bar to your right, and then there was the food to all the way to the like the like at I guess at 1 o'clock. When you enter at 1 o'clock, there was the food. There was a mini VIP. It's like a stage, like a, not a stage, but like they set it up a little bit. It was kind of like a stage, but yeah, VIP area. There were lots of, like, there were about 5 or 6 umbrellas with cocktail tables on it, and they were not really umbrellas. They were more like little canopies, which was really cute. And they had like the little flowers, the little, those little shiny flowers hanging from them. I mean, that's what they are. They look cute, but that's what they are. So that was a really nice garden touch. Um, so there were those tables, and then there was sitting the cocktail tables, and there was sitting tables. About, I think it was 3 or 4 bigger sitting tables that could sit about 5 people. And then up on the little stage where they had for VIP, they had more cocktail tables. They had bean bags. So they had like pink bean bags around along the event. And they also had the games. So they had miniature golf. They had, I think it was shot put throw. I think that's what it was. And they also had um, some game that had to do with the trampoline. I wasn't sure what the game was because I didn't come here to play games. Okay. Um, and then they had a photo booth where you could go and take your photos. So you could get your photos emailed, and it was branded. And then they had the other section where you could do the 360 photos. So that was how the VIP was laid out. The regular, so what separated the VIP from the regular were like white picket fence, which was very cute, very garden looking. So there was like a white picket fence, and then there was a break in between, which is what I really liked about how they designed it, because I think a lot of times people think that people who in VIP don't really want to go regular, but that's not true. We sometimes go to VIP. Like me, I get VIP because I don't want to think about money. I don't want to think about drinks. I don't want to think about, oh, give me my change. I don't want to think about food. I want to come where I can eat what I want, drink what I like, and have a good time. Right? So some people like me, that's the reason why we come to VIP, and not to separate ourselves from regular. Most times I want to end up in regular at some point in time, or I want to go and have a blast in regular. So I love that they had like an entrance, which was like a nice little entrance design in pink and stuff. That, and there was a security, well, there was a police officer actually there. You could go through that area to access the regular. And if, I guess, somebody from regular wanted to probably cross over, they wouldn't have been able to, because obviously you need to have an amber. So they gave you a gold wristband for VIP, and I'm not sure the other color was because I wasn't really paying attention to that. And then the stage. So the stage was kind of that is was my only itsy bitsy issue was that how they set up the stage. It felt more of the stage was on a regular rather than on the VIP section. It probably should have been a little bit more half half, but or at least have a section where VIP could come at the front. However, that is something else I also had to wanted to note that I found that the the space was kind of big and it almost like in VIP things were kind of sparse. So for somebody who wanted like that kind of vibe, it was lacking. Like when I say that kind of vibe, I meant like you want a little bit of probably they could have put the tables more to the front, like the cocktail tables more to the front, and put the games more to the back. That way, people who wanted to stand closer to the front, and it would also make good for photos to have people closer to the front rather than all the way to the back where they were. It was just like so for example, all of the bags, I had to put it on my cousin's table and then leave and go all the way to the front in order to whereas you most times you want your bag with you, right? You'd want your stuff with you. So that I felt could have been done a little bit different, but obviously these promoters they know why they do what they do. So we walked in, so that's how the setup was, essentially. Walked in, to the left or to my right, there was a drinks section. There was also a creamy backdrop for photos. There was something, a little tent that looked like it was some people that had their own little thing going on. And then there was the food at 1 o'clock. So I wanted to go get my drink first because um, I was drinking, and y'all know what do I drink? What do I drink? Right? What do I drink? So I was like, okay, but sometimes I going up to the let me tell you this, lately I've been going up to like VIP booths and I'm so just like I'm like this, oh Lord, go to my drink. Like I paid this money for this or we paid money for this. I mean in that case, Clary was the one who paid. But you just feeling like you don't want to waste that kind of money and you don't get the drink that you're drinking. So I walk up. Thanks, Sugar. Sugar's know the business. Regina know the business, right? I walked up and the lovely Lavida, who was one of the contestants, she was one of the servers in the tent. And when I came up to her, I asked her, first I asked, do you guys have tequila? And she's like, yeah, we do. I was like, yeah, we have tequila. Let me tell you, I nearly jumped up. Like, I nearly freaking jumped. So I got my tequila, and they didn't just have tequila; they had the ginger ale too, which was wild. So they had tequila, they had ginger ale. I was a little worried that it might have been a cheaper tequila, but it wasn't. And I just told her every time you see me, just keep that coming. That's all I'm drinking, right? And and yeah, I have to buy a case of tequila for you. Who's that? Let me tell you, I was happy. I was very happy that there was tequila because again, not many events in Dominica will have tequila on their list of drinks. I also noted that they had Black Label, they had Hennessy, they had quite a few drinks, few drink options for patrons. The girls were really nicely dressed. They were dressed in white shirts, which again you have to appreciate when people do the most. Okay, the ladies were dressed or the servers were dressed in white shirts, black pants with a pink bow tie. They looked so cute. Then they had people, I guess they were bottle servers who were going around dressed in like bunnies, and I guess to celebrate Easter, as it was Easter Sunday, plus the fact that it was pink, like so they were like in pink bunny suits. And then they also had girls in some little frilly thingies that frills in the. I'm not too sure what they were doing. Oh no, I knew what they were doing. They were the ones that were serving the Jello shots because they had Jello shots. They would pass around with Jello shots in vodka. I didn't do any of the Jello shots because it was vodka, and I'd tell her every time they pass if anything, I was like, it's okay, I don't want any. And I got my drink, and then I went to pay my respects to certain folks that I saw at the event that I knew. I went to say hi to them. And then at some point, Clara and I, we decided we want to go check out the food because at some point, when you start drinking, you want to know that they have the right foods for your stomach. Anybody, my cousins especially, would know that I love me some food that can coat my stomach when I drink rum. So I went over to the food section. When we got to the food section, first thing I asked is who did the food, and they were like, "Oh," so I was like, okay, now I can eat anything because if y'all know Old Stone, if y'all know Mr. Lewis from the Great Old House, if y'all know Mr. Lewis, you know he gonna throw it down, right? They had colored sandwiches, so the sandwiches had all the different pretty colors of like the pretty spring colors. So they had cheese and tuna sandwiches. They had some nice little boxes with different confectionery things, like there was cake in there, there was, I believe, there was coconut cheese, there was like different little things in there, little treats, dessert treats. And they had um pilau, no, not pilau. They had rice and peas. It's not pilau. They had rice and peas with vegetables, and then they had chicken. They had ribs. They had fish, and they had pork, and there was something else. Oh, and they had dashing croquettes, right? So I'm trying to just remember how everything was lined out, and let me tell you, the food. I forgot it was nighttime and I was picking out on the food. The food was bodudu. Y'all know, like he delivers, so they picked a good chef. So compliments to the chef. The food was really good. I came back for seconds. Yes, they were giving. Oh, also I like the fact that they were serving it in like little plates. So the plates were like this small and little square plates. It's good because some of those us guamage, we probably would take a big plate of food and thing ourselves. But the good thing about it is that you could eat and leave and come back for another serving, which was super cool. I really enjoyed it. Oh, and they had goat water. I said goat water, they had goat water as well. One of my cousins, she had the goat water and she tell me, oh, Jay, that goat water had goat in it. She said they did not. You know what? Sometimes you go and get a goat water and it have two little piece of meat and it's full of dumpling or it's full of potato and you're talking about where the meat gonna. She tell me, "Boy, Jay, I barely get dumpling and thing. It was meat. It was a real goat water. It wasn't a dumpling water. It was a goat water." And let me tell you, she's the one that will criticize it if it's not tasting good. And it was, she enjoyed it. I didn't taste the goat water because I did not want goat water. I had the rice, I had the croquettes, I had let me tell you the akra. I put bills on akra. I probably eat at least 10 akra. I probably eat at least 10 akra. Right? So that was nice. That was very nice. Compliments to the chef, compliments to the drink section. Um, the creamy backdrop. The photographer that was there was Chris. Chris called me and Clary. We went to took some pictures and stuff. We got like a post Chris on my pictures and don't do magic if you say. And then we started mingling and stuff. The artist was, well, they had DJs on, and I believe at almost 8 o'clock was when the artists started to perform. So they had Colton T, there was Signa Band, and then there was ASA. So, and in between those sets, they also had DJs. So I was most looking forward to Colton T, Signal Band, and DJ Cut um, and DJ Alfie. And reason being, I wanted like I came for like a mix of everything. So I wanted a little bit of, more lovers kind of vibe, a little bit of that too, and then I also wanted a little bit of old school, which I knew, like, thing, and then a little bit of bouillon, a little bit of, that. So this was who I was really looking forward to seeing perform. The MC guy was really hype. I mean, they were having some like major technical difficulties when Colton was came on. They had some difficulties. They had some difficulties in between the sets of the DJs. Like they were stopping and stuff. And you don't like to feel stopping, especially when the place not crowded and you can't really feel the music. When the music keeps stopping, it does just really blow your eye. Like it does just really. So one of the things that they need to work on is the engineering. At one point, the MC was on the mic telling the engineer, to check this and check that. At one point, I remember when Colton was performing, he had to like tell him to check this. His mic went off. Like there were just unnecessary glitches that could have been completely avoided, especially if they had, that is, if they had a song check. So if they had a song check, like these things should not be happening, right? So that was rather unfortunate because that that honestly kills the vibe, and it killed it for me. When I tell you it killed it for me, like it really killed it for me. So all of these, the every all of the, it's a full experience, but the music was not hitting me. When Colton performed a couple songs that I absolutely like. Some of the songs that are my favorites, like his new song "Iced" is one of my favorites. I really like "Hunt My Own," but even while performing it, it got cut off. And then when what's their name, DJ Alfie and DJ Cut were doing their thing. Couple times you could hardly hear what DJ Alfie was saying, and y'all know he's a selector, so you want to be able to hear. Like couple times you just couldn't hear what he was saying. And that was, I mean, the music was really good. I had to come closer to the front, but even being closer to the front, a lot of the people in VIP were all over the place, so they were very sparsed out. And a huge, like, it didn't look like there were 200 people in the VIP for the size of the VIP, right? I don't know if they should have had. I don't know how they could have designed it. Like kept trying to wonder, like, how would they have done it differently so people in the VIP, probably again having the tables more front, so people would didn't have to move from where they were to just to come and dance. Because some people want to just stand up and have their drinks, and be able to still dance and whatnot. But the music was just not hitting me. Like it was just, I mean, I danced up one, two times, I take up one, two foot, but it was, what was happening? Taman Fair use a special case. I swear, I swear you just be dancing like as if you high and you don't even have nothing in your system, because I could tell, you wasn't high, but you really wanted was out to have a good time. I just felt like the music wasn't hitting me. Like, and again, not saying that the music was terrible. I think because I'm a sound person, I'm very much a sound person. And in a big space like that, if the sound is not hitting my soul, it's very hard for me to be moved by it. Again, because I'm a sound person. And that is where I take most, I place most of my experience in. If the sound is not hitting, it's going to be problematic for me. So I kept edging closer and closer to the front. But there's only so much in the front you can be. Like, I don't want to be under the artist's nose on them. You know what I mean? So it just didn't, I wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't, it wasn't connecting for me. So I watched, when I got on, when we came in, there was a DJ Snow was playing. Um, Obviously DJ Snow always delivers. DJ Snow, then can't remember what it was. If there was another DJ, or if there was it was when the MC came on. Then Colton came on, then DJ Cut, then Signal Band, and I left before Signal Band could finish because I feel like I saw everything I wanted to see, and I don't feel like I would have gotten any more of an experience if I stayed any longer, because the song was not hitting me like it needed to. So I left. I saw videos. I know people enjoyed Asa. I mean, Asa always moves a crowd. He knows how to get people going. But there's only so much of Shake Your Pampalama I can tolerate, right? So and like I just left. I was like, I went to get food, and I was like, that's it for me. The food was great. You know, I have to give them their props. The food was great. The and I loved the fact that Mr. Lewis was there. After he came and he brought me a thing of vegetables and stuff because he knows I'm on my fit shit. He brought me some vegetables and stuff, and just very good service. Like all in all, I think we received very good service at the event. Obviously, no event is perfect, so you're not or you're not going to like I don't go to events hoping that some shit will not work out. That's not the case. I go because I want to have a full experience and I really want to enjoy myself. However, for the sound for me, though the artists and them you could tell they had energy on stage and stuff, it was not hitting me like it needed to hit me. Like it was just not hitting me, right? And a huge part could have possibly been the space. I know what the problem is, because I always know what the problem was. But that's an hourly rate for that. That's an hourly rate for that. The sound was not great, and they also had a lot of issues with their mics. At one point in time, the backup singer for Colton, I could tell she was straining. Like I could see she was straining. Her mic was just like very inconsistent. It was going on and off. And these are things that I pay attention to. I pay attention to it because somebody in the audience who just come for the rum and the party, they might not care. They might just, be out there having the most, doing the most, and that's it for them. For me, the music has to hit me in a certain way. The MC was doing a really good job. He did a really good job, engaging the audience. And one time he started singing happy birthday to people, and he got on a bottle of champagne and he was serving champagne, and people were coming to the front of the stage for the champagne. I feel, kudos to the promoters. I feel like they're bringing a nice experience to Dominica. I believe that they really the purpose behind it is to really create a specialty event that can appeal to a specific audience, and I think they execute that very well. However, if the sound from me personally, if the sound is not, then you're gonna lose points from me. Like you will definitely lose, and you could lose a lot of points for me. So your food can be shit. You cannot have my drink. So if you have crappy food and you don't have my drink, then I mean obviously you're gonna lose a lot of points too. But if you have my drink and you have crappy food, but your song is popping, you could easily get a 9 out of 10, right? Because yes, we come for the food too, but having food in my system does not necessarily mean I'm not going to, or I will have a good time. It doesn't determine my experience per se, right? As long as I have the right drinks, and that's just me based on my perspective. As long as I have the right drinks, as long as I have good music, I move the right crowd, it's a wrap, right? I was with the right crowd, the drinks was good, the food is an added bonus. The music was not. In terms of, and it's not in terms of the music, it was in terms of the sound engineering of the music. So that part, they lose points for me, right? And they lose like a lot of points for me. I enjoy the event on a whole, but the sound part of it, that element of it, was definitely missing in terms of being a better sound, or sounding better for that event. Will I return? I don't know. I don't know if I will go to that. I mean, I did not actually pay for me to attend. It was a gift, like I said before, that Clary. It was a gift from Clary, and will I go back? I don't know. Will I go out? Probably if it's the same weekend, I might still go back and go out of my way. Probably to. I honestly, guys, I know what they could have done differently, but that's not my business. That's not my business. That's their business and their thing to solve for their next event. If their sound gets better, of course, I don't see why not. I love a theme party. I love a good theme. Let me talk about with the dressing, the outfits. I've almost forgot about the outfits. Dominica girls were all out, right? Looking fantastic. Women were looking really, really good. Let me tell you, Dominica girls, give all yourself some pink hearts. Give all yourself some pink hearts because all you outfits, I was even feeling like I underdressed. Like those girls were dressed for the gods, right? Women were definitely went all out and they were looking very beautiful. I didn't see anybody looking too scandal, although there were one or two that was looking like, I look like all you was going to a strip club. But for the most part, the women, they were very tastefully dressed. Their outfits were pretty. You could see some people made their stuff. You could see some people bought their stuff. And they were looking nice. They were looking very, very beautiful. I look forward to seeing the photos, that come out of the day. But I must give them their props. And whether or not they got it from Shein, or they got it from Fashion Nova, or they got it from wherever, they really, really did their thing. Girls were looking nice who had their little wigs and their little lace fronts. And let me tell you, they were looking nice. So kudos to all of the women. The men were looking nice too. Men were nicely dressed. I saw some nice dress shirts, some pink dress shirts, some mix of pink. Men were well. I didn't see too many Lacoste and too many what you might call the other thing that I like to wear, the bunny. What is it called again? The savage bunny, the psycho bunny. I didn't see too many. I didn't see psycho bunnies. They definitely were dressed the part. So kudos to the women and the men for really coming out in their best outfits and looking exceptionally great on that Easter Sunday. So that essentially, guys, is my. Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything? Let me know if I missed anything. Um, Let me know if I didn't miss anything because I don't think I missed. What is the number? I don't think I missed anything. So that's it for me, guys. That was my review of Pink Nick for today. So I'll see you guys another time. Let me see what people are saying. Some of the comments. G. Christopher say I have to get you a case of tequila. I like my tequila. Let me tell you. Creamy ambassadors from CeeLo. Tamantha, and now I'm listening to what was happening because I saw I was dancing too much. Yes, Tamantha, you were dancing a bit much. You were having a good time for both you and your followers because I saw you were streaming at one point. I say, Salah pani bonte tu sa. Tamantha, it's all love. I love to see your energy and your vibe. It's definitely infectious. Um, then I doubt that. I highly doubt that V. Um, that's it, guys. That's it for my review of PINKNIC. Today's Easter Monday. Happy Easter Monday. So, those of you who celebrate Easter Monday, the weather definitely held up nicely yesterday. And the weather is looking okay today. It's a little cloudy, but we'll see what happens. This is actually natural light that you guys are seeing right now. So, the natural light is given. So, I'm going to be heading down at some point to the north. I hear Cinnabon is playing on the beach. I might make a turn. Who knows? Who knows where the Monday is going to take me? I want all of you to be safe. Those of you who are going to be on the road and probably drinking and driving, like try and keep it to a minimum. Be safe on the road. You know, August Monday, sorry, I mean August, Easter Monday, can sometimes have a lot of, you know, these long weekends, a lot of accidents and that kind of stuff from people being reckless and driving drunk and so on and so forth. Just be mindful of that. Just be mindful, especially if you're driving with your family and your friends, people that you love. Don't be drinking and driving carelessly on the street. So just be safe, guys. My nose is traveling me. I'm irritated. I think it's the pollen because my door is open right now. So just be safe, and I'll see you guys soon for another review. Okay, bye bye.